From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Carl Konevsky.
Among Delaware's top stories for Thursday, November 30th, a member of Delaware's congressional delegation says the future of Newark's Chrysler assembly plant is a major business concern. Senator Biden hopes for specifics in the upcoming report from the Iraq Study Group. And could the Big Kahuna be back in action on the Wilmington riverfront? Here are the details. Wilmington police are trying to find a man who has been reported as missing and who hasn't re-registered as a sex offender. 44-year-old Aaron DeJesus has been missing since June. Police went to what they thought was his home in the 1800 block of North Broome Street to confirm his residency, but he wasn't there. DeJesus was supposed to re-register his residence to comply with his February 1998 guilty plea to a sexual offense. Police are asking anyone who knows where he may be to give them a call. Congressman Castle was all business on Wednesday.
Castle addressed the board of the Manufacturing Association of the State Chamber of Commerce, saying minimum wage and workers' compensation remain hot topics, but the Chrysler assembly plant in Newark ranks very high on the list. Castle says the history of the plant bodes well for the future as the automaker contemplates whether or not to close the facility.
We think it's a great workforce. I've always heard that. We know they put a lot of money into it. So as a result, I believe there is a real opportunity to hold on to the plant. On the other hand, to suggest it's not threatened would be wrong also, because there is no doubt that Chrysler has some economic problems that they have to deal with.
Castle says state officials and the congressional delegation need to talk with Chrysler and find a way to keep the plant in Delaware, stressing the state's ability to get things done.
You can make the changes which are necessary very often. And generally speaking, a governor or somebody is versed enough as far as the issues are concerned that they can say, that's something we can do or not do.
Senator Biden hopes to see 3 specific components in the Iraq Study Group's report being released next week. WDEL's Joey Rosari reports.
Biden says the report must tackle the issue of U.S. troop deployments, propose a clear roadmap for Iraq, and that it must speak to the engagement of Iraq's neighbors. Biden adds that he will reserve judgment on the report until he sees it, and that he's hopeful it will garner bipartisan support. The report will be released on December 6th. I'm Joe Irizarry, 1150 AM, WDEL.
A Wilmington riverfront staple has closed, but a local businessman says he wants to reopen it.
A sign on the door of Kahunaville confirms the restaurant is closed. But Michael Hynansky, president of Winter Automotive Group, says he's been working with owner David Tuttleman to take over the club. He says he's trying to salvage a deal allowing him to reopen the club under the name Big Kahuna. Tuttleman says he owns the Big Kahuna name, and it's bad taste for Hynansky to discuss the deal publicly. The complex got its start in 1993 and anchored Wilmington's riverfront development effort, but management says further development in the area made it tough to handle outdoor concerts and growing crowds.
Coming up, some special protection for some special members of the Delaware State Police. WDEL News continues in a moment.
The World Wide Web is an ever-present influence across today's global economy. Web pages that are static and lifeless are ineffective. Web pages today need to be dynamic. What you see online can be updated instantly from databases at the click of a button. The ability to do this well gives a company or an individual an enormous advantage. Wilmington College offers a new track in its Information Resource Management degree, which focuses on the web development tools currently in demand. The Web Information Systems track at Wilmington College prepares graduates to be skilled in these technologies. Fall classes are now forming. It's not too late to register.
The more than 120,000 Delmarva Power natural gas customers can anticipate a drop in what they pay. WDEL's Curtis Gray reports.
The Delaware Public Service Commission held public hearings Wednesday night on several filings made in August by Delmarva Power Company. Delmarva is seeking a 6% increase in the natural gas base rates. Spokeswoman Mary Street says a portion of the change in delivery rates became effective this month, paving the way for overall lower bills with PSC approval.
We also asked for an increase in our delivery rates, and effective November 1st, a very small portion of that went into effect. Now, pending Public Service Commission approval, PSC will take a look at it in the spring of 07. If it's approved in its entirety, customers are still going to be paying about $3.08 less per month from the spring than they paid last spring.
There was no representation from the public to speak for or against that action, but John Citrillo from the Public Advocate Office says natural gas customers can expect to pay less.
This as filed will be a net decrease. The environmental surcharge is rising modestly at about 12 cents but you're looking at overall reduction in the 17 to 20 cent range for the typical customer who uses 120 CCFs of natural gas per month.
The PSC will decide on the changes by next spring. I'm Curtis Gray, 1150 AM, WDEL.
State Elections Commissioner Frank Callio is stepping down. Callio has been in the job since January 2002, and the 68-year-old says it's time for someone else to do it. He says he's proud he was able to upgrade the election system and to make all polling places handicapped accessible. His last day will be June 30th, giving his successor time to prepare for the 2008 elections, which will feature races for president and for governor. A tractor-trailer driver and a DelDOT worker get treatment at Christiana Hospital after an accident on I-95 Wednesday afternoon.
State police say Lawrence Sapovich of Glen Burnie, Maryland, didn't merge his truck in time to avoid road work and rear-ended a DelDOT vehicle positioned to protect the work area. Sapovich and DelDOT's Scott Wankowitz received treatment for minor injuries. Police cited Sapovich for inattentive driving for the accident that closed some of the southbound lanes of the interstate near Route 896 for 3 hours.
An unexpected donation allows the Delaware State Police to buy new bulletproof vests for 5 special members of the force.
The state police has about 25 dogs in its canine unit, dogs that throw themselves into life-threatening situations, sometimes too dangerous for troopers. According to Corporal Jeff Whitmarsh, the generosity of Joseph and Joanne Edevane of Newark has helped protect members of the unit.
What it's done is enabled us to provide a vest to every dog in our division, every canine that we utilize on patrol, in a variety of functions. So it's really special for us because, you know, it's just another partner that we have in the community to help us do our job just that much more effectively and efficiently.
The Edevanes say they had the money but no specific use for it and felt compelled to help.
Well, we see a lot of cop movies on TV. And we see a lot of times when they send a police dog in to get a suspect, that a lot of times a dog will get killed. And we figured, we're animal lovers, and we figured if, you know, with a vest that will save one dog, we would be happy.
Corporal Whitmarsh says each vest costs about $800.
The Blue Hen men and women hit the hardwood with mixed results last night. WDEL Sports and AccuWeather are coming up.
You could spend your money at the gas pump, or you could spend it on those sexy pumps at your favorite store. Let Dart do the driving.
I do all my shopping with Dart. It's the most convenient way to shop the outlets, and it saves me money.
Now save even more. Get up to 40% off with a discounted Dart card online at dartfirststate.com or at your local Acme Market.
At this rate, with the money I save riding Dart, I'll have a new pair of shoes every week.
Travel smart. Choose Dart.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware every weekday morning, 5:30 to 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, some good news and some bad news for the University of Delaware basketball teams. A career-high 30 points by Zaire Taylor wasn't enough, as Delaware remained winless under new coach Monty Ross, losing at Loyola Wednesday night, 75-63. Delaware is 0-5 for the first time since the 1990-91 season. The Delaware women, though, won their 4th straight, cruising past host Penn 73-49 Wednesday night to go to 5-1 for the season. Tyresa Smith voted CAA Player of the Week for leading Delaware to a win over nationally ranked Kentucky last week, led the Hens with 20 points and grabbed 9 rebounds. The Nashville Predators downed the Flyers 3-2 Wednesday night on Martin Erat's goal with just over 5 minutes to play. The loss snapped the Flyers' 2-game win streak. Erat's goal came quickly after Flyer center R.J. Umberger tied the game on his 7th goal of the season. And the Flyers took last night's loss without goalie Robert Esch, who underwent surgery Wednesday to repair his groin muscle. He's expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks. To take Esch's roster spot, the Flyers called up Martin Uhl from the Phantoms. Uhl was 4-4-0 with the Phantoms. Esch was 2-4-0 for the Flyers. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast. Some fog to start today, then variably cloudy, a couple peaks of sunshine, and a high of 67 degrees. Mostly cloudy tonight with a shower possible, a low of 57. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a couple of showers in the afternoon, and an unseasonable high of 72 degrees. Then on Saturday, partly sunny with a high of 50. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL and right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Carl Konevsky in for Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.